Meyerhofer looking like he's going to latch on, and that's another fast sprinter as well, joining this leading group if he can just get on. What a brilliant finale to stage 2, day 3 here at the Lidl Deutschland Tour. And these 3, maybe 4, 3.5 maybe, looking like they could survive to the line. There you go, 13 seconds back to the Van Poppel group, and I think there it is. Possibly that group back there is big enough for them not to be working together. They've got Matthew Brennan there, they've got Jonathan Milan there, the 1 and 2 from yesterday, not in that order though, and it still yet might come back together, but it's the riders who want to win that are going to have to close down the gaps themselves, because I don't think anyone other than Pascal Encorn has got a teammate in there. No, they haven't. It's all the favourites in that second group having to work for themselves. This is going to be quite some finale. Meyerhofer is caught in no man's land between these 3 and the chasing group behind. There he is in the black and red of Tudor Pro Cycling. Oh my goodness, the crowd outside are watching the big screen right outside my commentary point, and they are loving this. This is going to be a fantastic finale, the likes of which I don't think Jens Vogt and I were predicting at all. We thought this would be just a normal sprint finish here in Nijmegen-Arnsberg. Jonathan Narvaez looking back to see Meyerhofer and where he is, and I think, I've got a nasty feeling these 3 are starting to run out of resources. Riley Sheehan looking quite tired there. I have to say, the best of these 3 looks to be Søren Vanskov, the rider on the front right now, the Norwegian. There he is. He's now got the same distance to cover that he covered when he won the prologue on Wednesday night. In fact, just under 3 kilometres to go for these 3 out front. Where on earth is Narvaez getting these resources from? He spent an awful lot of the early part of this stage out by himself, trying to bridge the original break of 5. So the plan for him, presumably, was to be in the breakaway all day today. If anything, it's actually worked out better. Launching himself off after the split from the bonification sprint late on, and now he's actually within a position to win it. He comes through again. Sheehan trying to follow the wheel. I do think Riley Sheehan looks the most tired of these 3, but it could just be a form thing. He might well yet go on to win and prove me wrong. Let's look at the gap behind. I think now Meyerhofer... No, he's still there. Marius Meyerhofer is still there, but at the moment he's riding for 4th place, and I'm not sure there isn't... No, yes, there is. There's one rider who's gone off the front. It is Jonathan Milan. Jonathan Milan has managed to get himself clear of those behind. Don't forget what a brilliant pursuiter Jonathan Milan is. He's not just a world-class sprinter and one of the best fast men in the world when it comes to finishing off. He's also a fantastic pursuit rider, and he is in full pursuit of 4 riders out front to try and make good on the millimetre loss he had to Matthew Brennan yesterday. What is Brennan doing back there? He'll have to get involved in the chasing. And then you think, well, what is Danny Van Poppel doing in that blue jersey? He wants to defend the lead of the race, and he's going to have to do it by himself. Final 1,500 metres to go now. These 3 cannot afford to play tactics. They really can't. Søren Vanskov, I think, knows it. He's still on the front right now. At some point, they've got to sort the win out between them. But if they back off and start looking at each other, they're going to risk being caught by Jonathan Milan. And if Jonathan Milan gets within a sniff of them, he will go thundering straight past. And I don't think they'll have a chance to get on either. Where is he? Where is he? As we look back down the road back there, I don't think he's there. Riley Sheehan, Søren Vanskov and Jonathan Narvaez are looking like they're going to take on this final kilometre by themselves. Can they hang on? I did not think, and I know Jens did not think. I wonder how many of you thought we would have a final late breakaway from the bonification sprint point sort out to give us these 3 out front. There were rolling attacks going all the way over the top and beyond that bonification sprint point, and this is what we ended up with. Søren Vanskov flicked his elbow. I don't think they want to come through now. We're now down to cat and mouse tactics, and they've got to be careful, these 3. They have not got much time to play around with. Marius Meyerhoff is chasing, and Jonathan Milan. Don't be surprised to see a little Trek jersey coming up alongside them and thundering straight past, because I think Milan is within catching distance here. Søren Vanskov, winner of the prologue, is stuck on the front. Jonathan Narvaez is in a prime position here, but what can Riley Sheehan, the American for Israel Premier Tech, do at the back? He is quick, but I think he needs to go early and get the jump on these 2. If I was him, I would lay off and rush the gap. What is the young American going to do, though? In the Israel Premier Tech colours, here he goes. But it's not a lightning-quick attack. I've got a nasty feeling for Sheehan that he might be leading out Narvaez here. What has Narvaez got left? I think it's going to be just enough on the line, or is it? Is it? He celebrated too soon. No! Riley Sheehan would have taken that, I think, if he hadn't sat up. Marius Meyerhofer hangs on for 4th. Oh, Oh, look at the whole bunch coming back. It is going to be, Jonathan Milan taking the bunch sprint ahead of Emilian Genier and Danny Van Poppel. It so nearly came back together, but for the second day in a row, I can't quite tell you who's won, but I think he thinks it is him. Jonathan Narvaez, the Ecuadorian road race champion. Yes, he gets congratulations to Riley Sheehan, who celebrated too soon.